Welcome to this work day in my life. I'm going to be sharing with you everything I eat. Most of the meals are pretty simple and easy to throw together just because I don't have a lot of time during the work day. Most of my meals err on the side of high protein and lower carb, and I don't really calorie count or have a strict diet. I just always pile on vegetables and protein, and then if I want some noodles or some pasta or some carbs of some format, I'll definitely have it, but I try to focus my meals around the protein and the vegetables and add any carbs later in if I'm feeling like it. Hope you enjoy, and if you get some meal inspo, please like and subscribe. First up, I'm going to make myself a latte. I use these coffee beans from my favorite coffee shop, and they're the reason that my coffee turns out good because I have a really cheap machine, so the machine isn't doing the beans any justice, but this is just like a beginner machine, and to upgrade to a nice one, it's like multiple hundreds of dollars, so not there yet. Add a little bit of maple syrup to my latte. My favorite coffee shop, the one where I got the beans from, one of their drinks is an oat milk and maple syrup latte, so that's what I'm recreating here, and it's really so good. So good. For breakfast, I'm having my go-to yogurt bowl. I've definitely shown this in other videos. It's just plain Greek yogurt. This time I'm only doing half a banana because the banana was quite large. I had the second half later in the day, as you'll see. And then I'm also having some honey bunches of oats. You can also use granola or whatever other things you like. I like these a little bit more than the super crunchy granola because sometimes that hurts my mouth. This is a really yummy and protein dense breakfast, so keeps you full for a little bit. I take these gummies, they're the hair, skin, and nails ones. I just keep them in this little cute mason jar next to my desk because otherwise I will forget to have them. For lunch, I'm making ramen. I start with this black shin ramen. I only use half the bag. To it, I add green onions, mushrooms, an egg, some garlic, and some miso paste. I find this in my Asian grocery store. I fry the onions and garlics first in a little bit of sesame oil. I save a little bit of the green onion for garnish later just because I want a pretty bowl. Using sesame oil to fry the vegetables a little bit adds a lot of flavor, but you can skip it if you don't have it or if you don't want to add it. While those are frying, I chop up some mushrooms. I then add the mushrooms to the pot and let it fry for a little bit as well. After 3 minutes, I add water to the pot. After adding the water, I add the soup base packets. I only add half because I'm only making half the portion, and then I save the rest for another time. I don't add the dehydrated vegetables since I add my own vegetables. Then I add about half a tablespoon, I would say, of the miso paste. You gotta be careful with this because it does have a lot of sodium and it's very salty, so add it little by little and you can always add more after. After the soup base has come to a boil, I add the noodles. After the noodles are almost done, so they're pretty much like a minute or two away from being cooked to the consistency I like, I plop in, just in the middle, an egg, and then I cover the egg with the noodles. You can also boil the egg separately, but I just find that this is easier. my cute little ramen bowl. I got this from Urban Outfitters. This whole set was like $10 on sale and I couldn't pass up. This is what the final bowl looks like. It's really filling, and I think I really killed it this time. I was so impressed with myself. Once you know how to make it and you have like the process down, this takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to make. And if you skip the veggies like the mushrooms and the green onions, it'll take even less. This is so yummy. And my favorite part about lunch is the dessert I get to have after. This kind of looks gross, sad, but I'm having half of the banana, the half that I didn't have earlier, with some peanut butter. This is just like some peanut butter I got from Whole Foods, but really any peanut butter will do. I'm a big grazer, so around 4 o'clock I wanted something to eat, so I had 2 of the squares from this Ritter Sport. Just had 2 squares because they are pretty rich. And then I got hungry again, and this time I just cut up a pear and had that as I was working. I don't normally do salads for dinner, but lately I've really been loving salads. I don't know what's gotten into me. I think the biggest thing that I've done differently is before I used to not add any cooked veggies to my salad. I've just grown up in a very Mediterranean culture where salad is basically tomato, cucumber, and feta. And I recently have just been playing around with salads and having a lot of fun with them. So I add a lot of roasted or sauteed veggies and chicken and stuff like that, and it makes it feel like a dinner. So I start by chopping up the zucchini and onion, roughly chopping it, because I'm gonna saute these together, and that kind of adds some depth of flavor to my salad. I started constructing my salad with just some butter lettuce. I used to only be an iceberg lettuce person, but I've recently discovered how yummy butter lettuce is. I then add cucumbers and tomatoes on top of that. Add my sauteed zucchini and onions. I spared you all the scenes of uncooked meat, so I just fried up the chicken thighs in the background, and this is what it looks like. It's actually insanely yummy. I add this creamy Caesar dressings from Ken's Steakhouse. The shot looks really weird, but it results in this really cool, very gourmet looking plate. So this is actually very yummy. It's one of my go-tos at the moment. A good source of protein, a lot of veggies, and very fulfilling. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, you really have to try that ramen. It was so good. All right, see you in the next one.